A video of a BC man threatening to be a transgender woman in order to excuse his presence in the ladies' change room has gone viral. And it proves one thing: the argument that women and children deserve their own safe spaces is not a transphobic argument. Let's talk about it.
I could identify as a lady with a beard. There's nothing you can do about that. Have a very good day.
Let's go.
Enjoy yourself with your crap and your taping.
Don't let them get you upset, Nate.
Oh, I'm not upset. I could identify
This guy
as a
was in
lady.
a woman's change room.
Hey, don't I am pregnant. Stop!
Now, the story first broke after a woman named Sage Point posted the video you just saw on her Facebook. In that, she alleges that a man was naked, making many females, including her young nieces, very uncomfortable. This male even allegedly assaulted one of the nieces, who is 10 years old, by smashing her head into the wall. Now, I should convey that this is definitely a developing story. I have reached out to Sage. She said she would respond. But as we hear from Serena Winterburn today, there is a reason why there's a bit of a hold off on why they're not speaking to this issue yet.
The RCMP has encouraged restorative justice. However, the family's not sure if that's the avenue they're going to go. So they are being advised by their legal team at this time not to do any statements. I had the opportunity to speak with the mother this morning and to hear her testimony of what took place to her and her daughter. And they are dealing right now with a lot of trauma and healing. And first and foremost, their privacy and their identities will be protected, because we know that they've already received not only misrepresentation in the media, however, they've also had misrepresentation in our community.
Her name is Serena Winterburn, who was one of the speakers here today, and she was given the blessing from the mother to speak on the mother's behalf. Apparently, they're not ready to give a statement yet. So you can find that report linked in the description box below. But let me just give you an update on what we did. We went inside of the Aquatic Centre to see if we could find out more. Number one, what is the bathroom situation like there? There are 3 different ones. You've got a clear one for the women's, and it does say gender diverse, and then you've got one for the men's, and you've got a universal one. But yet this man went into the women's change room. And I wanted to know, what is their policy? Not for a man who identifies as a woman going in the women's change room, because we know, thanks to Trudeau, there's Bill C-16, which allows that to happen. But a man who, according to Czech News, doesn't identify as a trans woman walking in there.
Do you know if anybody even bothered to ask him to leave, or?
Yeah,
He was asked to leave the change room?
he was like, I mean, I wasn't there. But like they tried to move him to the Universal.
Yeah.
Now, before I get to the protest, I do want to point out the Czech News article that many are upset about, and reportedly including the mother. It basically said this is nothing but a misunderstanding. Now, the Czech News article did interview this individual's partner, who said the following.
The whole thing was a misunderstanding. It really sucked.
But the woman, whose partner is the man in the video, says he's not a transgender person. Their family of 7 was just trying to find the family change room.
The headline reads, "This is all just a big misunderstanding. It wasn't even a trans woman." I'd say that's worse. I mean, my husband, under no circumstances, unless people needed to be saved from a fire, would enter a women's change room. But that's apparently what this man did. And we're going to talk to people about what they think.
And clearly we have a problem in our community where now we have a protest practically every week for one reason or another.
Where men can identify as women and walk into private change rooms or change rooms and bathrooms for women. It's making women unsafe. It's making children unsafe.
And I'm going to say I put the blame directly on our political system, on our governance, on the breakdown of communities that is being pushed. And I'm all for standing up for people's freedoms and rights, safety and protection, and it's all about the children and the grandchildren.
So what stood out to you the most about the video when you saw it? I'm sure you've watched it.
The crying, the number one, the children being hurt, being traumatized, right? And then a man using an excuse or claiming to use an identity excuse, which is blurring the lines of all the issues, all the things that we're trying to protect. He's using that as a tool to instigate trauma essentially, or to get his way in ways that aren't appropriate.
I don't particularly blame the people in here working here. We need to go where this is coming from. And we need to keep these kids safe.
The individual that was, seen on the video made a reference about, being a male, being a woman with a beard, and there was nothing that, anybody could do. I'm like, that's an attack. That is opening up a Pandora's box.
And yeah, even if you are someone that believes in this concept of having an inner gender identity, sort of like a soul-like essence, I would describe it, even if you believe in that, I would ask, do you not see how this legislation opens the door to people to take advantage of it, right? Because it is unfalsifiable, any man can declare that he is a woman and kind of game the system to act predatory.
And what do you say to people who say, well, hey, a protest like this is transphobic?
I'm a detransitioner, so my existence is transphobic. No, it's about the rights of women and children to have safe space. And no is not transphobic.
So misunderstanding is total BS. And this is not just about this particular incident. It is about what this incident suggests. It suggests that these policies and these ideologies are harmful and that they are putting every single person at risk. They are putting the trans community at risk, the true trans community that could actually use the support, which is a very, very, very small percentage. And then because it is opening the door for anybody, any man to say, I'm a lady with a beard, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, you know what? There is something we can do about it. And we are here, and we are sick and tired of regulations, policies, and ideologies.
Now, I want to bring our attention to why this is an issue. Because this is not an issue of inclusivity, and this is not an issue of representing everyone's rights. Because I am somebody who stands for everyone's rights. But that does not impede upon the rights of our girls and our women. And in no way can that erode our sense of safety, security, privacy, nor dignity. And that is what this is about today.
If you appreciate our reports, please go to journalistdefensefund.com and chip in what you can. We appreciate your support.